What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hey, are you worried about the third-party debt collector stealing your stimulus check? In this video, I'm going to explain to you why the debt collector's attack on your stimulus check is unlawful and what you need to do to protect your stimulus check. So stay tuned. But before we get into all of that, I want to take a minute to talk about one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're dragged into court. That mistake is not understanding who the actual plaintiff is. And in most cases, people have no idea. And when they're defending their property or their bank account or whatever it is, they have the wrong person listed as the number one defendant. And I'll tell you right now, you get that straightened out, your whole program is going to turn around. Now, what I mean by that is in foreclosure or in debt collections, both. The person that most people list on their lawsuit against the debt collectors or against, when they're defending the house in foreclosure, the person that most people list when they're doing foreclosure is the lender. In debt collections, they listing the original corporation that they said the loan belongs to. And that's not who's coming after you. The number one way to tell who's coming after you is to check the signatures on the documents that's filed against your property or against your bank account or against your stimulus check. The signature signed on that document attacking your check or your property is the person that you need to have as the number one defendant, and that is the attorney. Most people don't realize that these attorneys are acting as third-party debt collectors. The original corporation that had the alleged debt already charged it off of their taxes and claimed it on their insurance. And that's called a corporate charge-off. And after that, these third-party collectors come in and bid on these alleged debts and go after people with no consideration in the program at all. And the number one mistake they make is listing the original creditor or the original corporation that you allegedly owe the debt to on their lawsuit as the number one plaintiff. And that's a fatal flaw because they're not working on behalf of that company that originally that claimed you owe the debt. They're working on behalf of as a collection agency. And that's how they do it. So what makes us different? Well, there are a lot of things that make us different, but we'll start with this one to make the point. What makes us different here is we teach you in your lawsuit how to add the attorney to the list as a number one defendant, because the attorney's name is the only name on the document attacking your stimulus check, attacking your bank account, or whatever it may be. And even in foreclosure, it's the attorney's name on the document that you need to be going after, not the lender, not that other company that said you owed them the debt. It's the attorney. And as long as you go into court with the wrong person as the number one defendant, they're just going to let you flop around in court until you run out of money. And then they're going to toss you out the door because there's no way that you can get anything done because you don't have the right people as a defendant. Attorneys know this, and they do this to people all the time. Okay, so look, if this is your first time here, you want to learn how to smash debt collectors and how to sue them in federal court, subscribe down below and click that bell so you don't miss anything. So let's get started. My name's Guy Neighbors, and I am the Director of Advocates for Justice Paralegal Service. We specialize in foreclosure defense, third-party debt collections, and a lot of other stuff, but we're focusing on just a couple of things right now. So it was brought to my attention that these third-party debt collectors are attacking people's stimulus checks. These families have been waiting for these stimulus checks to come to help them with their bills during this coronavirus mess. And these third-party debt collectors who have no consideration and have not lost anything are attacking people to get their checks. And that pretty much chapped my hide, pissed me off if you don't know what that means, okay? And so I put together this package to address that problem because these debt collectors have no right. This video is part of a playlist for Stop Third-Party Debt Collections on my YouTube channel. So if you missed this, you can catch it on my YouTube channel. And it's a good idea to go and check my channel and see what other videos that I make that help with this problem, because this is like, I think, the second one. I've been so wrapped up in helping people with foreclosure, I forgot all about this. And so yeah, I do this too, and I'm very good at it. You just wait till you see this package. Third-party debt collectors are illegal at seizing people's stimulus checks. That's a problem. The third-party collection is unlawful because the attorneys used the default judgment to attack the stimulus check or to garnish your bank account. Okay, I know you're saying, well, that's the way it's supposed to go. No, 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 that's not the way it's supposed to go. Okay, the default judgment that those attorneys get in court, the reason for the default judgment is to put on the record in the court that the court agrees that you owe the attorneys a debt. Now, in order for them to attack your account, they have to go back into court and get another judgment with the amount that the judge is going to allow them to come after you for. The same is with an attack on your bank account for a wage garnishment. If they get default judgment for the alleged debt, they still have to go back into court and get another judgment before they can attack your money. But these attorneys are not doing that. What they are doing is using an illegal administrative process to collect wage garnishments and to attack people's bank accounts and to steal your stimulus check. And I'm going to lay it out for you how that works so you will understand. I figured all this out one day when I was reviewing a case for a client on illegal wage garnishment. And I was going over the documents, and I looked down at the very bottom of the document. Underneath the number, the page number, there was some very, very small writing. I actually had to put it on my computer and blow it up so I could see it. And that small writing was a sequence of numbers, dashes, and letters. And I was like, what the hell is this? I'm looking at it, trying to figure that out. So, you know what I do? Whenever you got a question, you don't know what something is, you should Google it. And that's what my kids tell me. So I Googled it. I punched all those sequence of numbers in and Google it. So this fake administrative packet has intimidating wording threatening the personnel department if they fail to follow through and garnish the wages. Honestly, it was pretty creepy because when I printed off the packet, all the paperwork matched the documents that I was researching. The problem was the documents were not from the court and they were not signed by a judge. The documents were signed by the attorney who is acting on behalf of his law firm, collecting a debt from a third party. The documents were signed by the attorney acting on behalf of the law firm. You will learn how to attack the person who actually signed the document to go after your stimulus check or your bank account. The attorney, that's who it is. You'll check the document, you'll find the attorney is the only one that signed it. My new motion to vacate the debt collector default judgment comes with 5 documents that you will need to vacate the judgment. You have a document that you can file your lawsuit for $5.5 million against the debt collector in federal court for a fair debt collection and violation. You will also get to file a motion for sanctions against the attorney for $5.5 million for the crap that they're pulling. And this sanction motion is something I put together quite a while ago and we used quite a bit. It's kind of like having a small claim inside of another claim. Yeah, attorneys don't put things together like this, but you can do it. We do it all the time. And when you file this motion for sanction, it creates problems for the attorneys because it's like filing a claim against them also. So it's like 2 claims against them. And once you do the sanction motion, attorneys have to hire outside counsel. They're going to have to do that anyway. One of the things we're going to teach you is how to add the attorney to the lawsuit as the #1 defendant and the law firm as the second defendant. And the servicer, the last servicer, will be the third defendant. And that's all we add. We only do those 3 people because your goal is to force the attorney to have to protect the servicer. So if you're ready to protect your stimulus check, or maybe you just want to smash the default judgment against you and repair your credit score, get over to my website and get the motion vacate the debt collector judgment and get control of your situation today. And hey, if you guys have any questions about debt collections or your particular situation, leave them down below in the comment section and I'll try to answer them if I can. And remember, please keep them short. I don't need to know everything, just what's going on like right now, going back just a little ways. In my next video, I'm going to cover how to attack the third-party debt collector collecting on a charged off medical debts, and how to use the document that I have on my website already to address this problem. And that document on my website, medical dispute letter, and it's only 20 bucks. So you don't need to have a big to-do with these medical debt collections. They're really fraudulent. People don't realize that your medical billing is covered under HIPAA. So anytime these people send out any information that has to do with your medical billing, and the debt collector companies don't have the necessary precautions in place to protect your digital healthcare information, it's a problem. And it's always a problem, but it's never addressed. So if you're, or if you're facing third-party debt collections on medical disputes, you should go to my website. For 20 bucks, get that medical dispute letter and stick it in their face. We'll talk more about that in the next video. So I will see you guys in the next video. And please don't forget, subscribe, click the bell down below, and make sure you don't miss anything.